guys, we're almost there, and there we go, timeless bonus. Doors closed, and we go. We go for East Croydon at 7:01. So that's quite a journey. 16.3 miles. So we have to be there in like 13 minutes. It's gonna be quite a journey. Still 90 miles per hour. So let's get right to it. I don't think there is any speed limit higher than 90 miles per hour for this train, at least, or on this track. I have no clue. Maybe 100. Not sure, actually. Not sure at all. And I don't know if this train can handle it, actually. I do know that the German train track, like the ICE one, ICE or ICE train, does go a lot quicker, but it's in kilometers per hour, of course. I don't know, 90 miles per hour, it's like, let me think. I think it's 1.6 miles. Is 1 kilometer? No. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, it's like that. So in kilometers an hour, 90 miles should be, so 90, and then 6 times 9 is 360, so 130 almost. 120, 130, 125, something like that, kilometers an hour. It's 90. Sure, it's pretty decent. It's like the same speed that you should drive on the motorways, so. But this is more straight ahead, of course. So that's might be, I don't know, I think the train should run a lot faster than the car should do. Otherwise, why would you even bother getting in the train? Of course, there shouldn't be delays and everything, there's no traffic, but yeah, sometimes of course trains get delayed. Yeah, in Belgium, for example, you have so many trains and so much train tracks that people are just complaining that always the trains are so late. But can you imagine all those trains on all those rails? And Belgium is so small. We have like one of the biggest densities of train tracks and trains in the entire world, or something like that. It's amazing. And so I can't know, because our trains do such small distances, actually, in Belgium. They do such small distances that they can't really speed up. Because if they speed up, they have to slow down almost immediately to get and stop at the next station. So it's almost impossible for them to get up to speed and just chase and go straight ahead. Yeah, so it's actually the same thing. So if you get delayed on a train, you can't make up its time. You can't make it up because it can't go fast or anything. So he has to speed up, and when he's on a stop speed, he has to slow back down already. So he can't make up what he lost on speed, on time, actually. And that's just one thing that when I went to Sweden, went to Sweden to go on a hiking trip with my friends of mine, and we were there on the train, and we did the hiking trip, and we went back. With the train, it was like the sleeper train, so it looked like the trains from Harry Potter. It had like this corridor on the side, and then all those small, like all those small chambers on one side of the train with like beds. But those beds were like small, they were like planks came out of the wall. So you had like three beds on top of each other. So one bed very low at like the level you would sit at. So it was also like a small bench, and just the bottom of the bench was like the sleeping part for one person, and then the holy crap, we're going downhill from here. I have to watch my speed first before I explain things. It's pretty good, seems pretty nice, pretty good. So I'm gonna throttle up a bit. Train passing me by there. I'm going pretty slowly. So yeah, so the back seating, so where your back is against with the couch, the bench in the car, you can flip that up, and it was another sleeping place for one guy. So you had like the the space of the bench where you sit at was a sleeping place. Your back, the back of the bench you can put up, it was a sleeping place. And then there was one sleeping place all the way up against the roof, above the second one. So there were 3 benches, 3 sleeping places above each other on each side. So you had like couldn't sleep there with 6, and we were with 6 of my friends. So they came out great, actually. So that was pretty nice. And I noticed when I bought the tickets, I reserved them because we had to have the carriage with those sleeping benches. And on the ticket sale it says, yeah, when your train is like half an hour late or something, it will pay you back 15%, I think, of your ticket. And then when it's an hour late, it will pay you back 50%. And if it's more than an hour and a half or something, it will pay you back the entire ticket. Yeah, so it's like the tickets costed for I think 150 euros, but it was from all the way down in Sweden. So it's Stockholm. We went all the way up towards Abisko, so we crossed entire Sweden in a train. So it's quite a distance actually, and it was not a one-way trip. So it was once from Stockholm to Abisko, and then once from Abisko back to Stockholm. So it was a 2-way trip, so it was pretty nice. It was the same cost actually as our plane, so the plane from Belgium towards Sweden. It's actually somewhat of the same distance actually that we did with the train, so it was roughly, I was pleased with the train. It was pretty nice. And it's brought us all the way up there. So I noticed that the thing that he would pay us back when it was so late, and on our return journey, so when we were coming back from a hiking trip, we got on a train the next day to get back to Stockholm for our plane the day after that. And at some point it stopped, and we stopped there for like 2 hours or something, 2 to 3 hours. So we were delayed by 2 to 3 hours. And I was like, because there was something wrong with the lines above the tracks. There was something wrong with it. So all the trains had to stop at a single place, and we were like 4 or 5 trains standing there. You could help out and talk with the other people on the other trains and everything. It was pretty nice. But yeah, we were 3 hours late, so we thought, I was telling the other guys, oh guys, we're gonna get all our money back. They said if it's later than 1.5 hours or 2 hours something, you get your full refund of your ticket. So we are very excited. But yeah, because the distance we had to travel from all the way up there to all the way to Stockholm was so great, the train just went a little bit faster over the entire course. So it just, yeah, maybe it normally goes like 200 miles. Yeah, it was going pretty fast. It was in a, you can see it in like a pamphlet how fast it can go. It was like 230 or something kilometers an hour. It was pretty fast. So it was going like maybe, but it just sped up. I felt it at night when we were sleeping. Sometimes it slowed down. You can feel you like shifting in your bed. It was pretty nice. And once he really stopped, there was a rig at night, and he stopped, and then he pulled up again. He started accelerating. Man, the force at which he accelerated was pretty nice. Pretty fierce actually. So it just, and when we arrived in Stockholm the next day, man, we were, I think, even 15 minutes earlier than we should have arrived. So we were 3 hours late in the beginning, and then we arrived 15 minutes earlier. The train just had so much time and so much space, just to give it a little bit of extra speed, just to get those hours back. That was it. And that's just impossible. Maybe in, I think, like around London as well, or Belgium, it's just impossible to do that even for 5 minutes, because you have to start and stop all the time with those trains. They just can't make up the time anymore if they get a delay. And that's just, yeah, cannonballs. If one train gets a delay, then the next one is gonna get a delay as well. It's just, yeah, that's how it goes. I do love like trains and planes and boats. I like big mechanical things. I found it fascinating that people, just one person, the size of you and me, with just 2 hands and 2 feet and everything, can manipulate such a big object. It's incredible for me. You can do it with just one person, can manipulate such a big object. And that's what I find the most fascinating about it. Yeah, we're starting to slow down, man. Yeah, you're getting a speed change. That's why the thing linked towards us. Actually slow down way too fast. Then I'm just gonna leave it. East Croydon is right there. Platform 1, estimated arrival time is 7 hours 1 minute and 9 seconds, 8 seconds. And we should have been there at 7 hours and 1 minute. So we're just gonna be a little bit too late, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna bother, I'm just gonna put this down to 60 because after the platform it's a 60 speed limit as well. So let's put that on 60. This is like small platforms just in front of Croydon. That's interesting. Maybe it's like a metro line as well, because I know like London Metro also goes on the normal tracks, I think, outside the city. So they come out of the metro and they join with the normal tracks just a little bit out of the city and then they turn back. Something like that. Not sure. So don't quote me on it if I'm not correct. I thought it was something like that. So there's the next speed limit change, so I'm gonna slow down. I expected a fiercer bleep, a fiercer sound from the AWS to warn me about the speed change, but it didn't. Lots of red lights, but we are going all the way left. Platform 1. Slowing down further. Towards a 30 mile per hour mark. There we go. Entering the platform, this time on the right side. I think it's the first time actually. It's pretty hard to look at because it's curving to the right and the track's also curving, so you know, I'm sitting on the left side, so it's hard to see what's coming up. Let's not overshoot this. It's nice. Bang on. There we go, we've opened it. Nice. Yeah, sometimes when I open this and go to external view and you open doors, you can see the people coming out, but I didn't see it any single time. So these aren't open again, these doors. Oh yeah, it's pretty, but it looks good. It looks cool now, right? Doesn't it? Looks cool, like these buildings and everything. Looks awesome. They're building something, one-click shopping. Nice. So yeah, when are we leaving here? At 7:02. So it's not that long anymore. And then we have just 2 more stops and that's it for this scenario. I think everything was going pretty well. I think we lost 4 points for speeding just in the beginning. I could have regulated it. I probably wouldn't get those points then, but yeah. I already thought that this wasn't gonna be that many points, so I figured, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Those little points doesn't matter for me. Just -4 isn't a big deal when you get always plus 100 or something for these stops at the train station. Still have 30 mile per hour speed limit first. So I'm gonna speed up, but not 100%, so we can keep under the 30 until we hit the 45 mark. Slow down a bit. There we go, and we hit 45. Okay, I'm gonna speed up, but not again full throttle. just a little bit because we're gonna have to hit 60 as well. It's coming up pretty well, and we're at 60. There we go. And this is set to 60, a little bit too high, I think. So I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. Then we go back to 60, and this is gonna increase to 70 actually. So yeah, next stop will be at 11. So just in about 7 to 8 minutes, we hit the next stop. So we're about to hit 70. Yeah, I actually can't wait for Dovetail. It's like going to be my top favorite publisher from a while, man. They with all those simulators, man, they can get my money anytime. There you go. So it's now spooling up to 70. Just all green lights again. Nothing to worry about. Just gonna get into Clapham Junction, where we've been before in the previous one. So in the previous one we came from the other side and went this way. So where we just came from. We ended there at East Croydon. We stopped right there. And now we're going the other way around. Oh, it's speeding up. Oh, it's going back down. That's fine. So I think it's a little bit downhill. You can see some kind of gradient in there as well, but it's doing pretty fine. And it's going back down to a 60 speed limit. So yeah, I really enjoy trains and boats and planes and everything, and trucks. Just find it amazing that people can, and spacecraft, the people are so amazing that they can manage those kind of big vehicles. Big thing is just to control them and everything. Like a rocket. What the hell? There are people sitting on top of an exploding, combusting chemical reaction underneath their feet. And it's... we just go up there? It's just mind-blowing for me for some reason. I don't know, I find it really fascinating. So let's slow down for that 60 limit. It's coming up, so we have these lights, and then at the next lights in front of the next lights we have that 60 limit. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys notice it as well, but I'm gonna put this at 60. Oh, that's fine. I don't know if you noticed, but it's not that you can't go over 60. You can't get towards. Like for now, this limit is 60. We can't get to 61. 61. If we get to 61 and go over it, we get speeding points. So minus, of course, negative points. We get a speeding fault. So we can go like 60.9, maybe even 61, but I think it's 60.9. And when you hit 61, you get those the fault message. You're losing points because you're speeding. Yeah, it's so nice. It's going downhill again, I think. But yeah, I can see the frames are getting a little bit. The frames are actually better than they were in the beginning, but they get more stutter because it has to load more objects because we're getting closer towards London, I think, and that we have to load more objects, more stations and everything, more trains maybe. That's why it stutters all the time. That's a pity. That's a real pity. But yeah. Hopefully this will be fixed when they release the next version. And actually, one of the things is, I didn't know about this, but I bought Train Simulator I think in 2014. Then in 2015, I didn't notice, but the name changed to Train Simulator in 2015. And then this time, I saw Train Simulator 2016, I saw some, I think, ads about it or something, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna buy it, maybe not, I'm not sure. But then, guys, oh, I was just about to say I'm gonna put the braking on, because it was at 60.9. But this year I was thinking about, yeah, if I'm gonna buy Train Simulator 2016, I enjoy it, but yeah, if it's more of the same, with the lag and everything, I don't really know. But this is the thing. It's like just a regular update for if you own this, if you buy this once, you own the other versions, no matter what. It's like a small update, but it just changed the name as well. If like Farming Simulator 13 would be, and now the 15 came out, I think, last year. If they just really be an update, you don't have to buy it. They manage their own financial things with all the DLC they put out. So they put out new trains and new tracks and everything, and that's what people buy. And with that money, they just update the game every single year, and you don't have to buy another game next year. So it always stays the same game, but just updates on it. And that's a great concept, I think. If people don't really like buying all those DLC, they still get updates. Of course, those updates aren't great for people who are not using all those DLCs, because those DLCs are great, and I should have bought them, and I know, but I didn't, and I'm a little bit sorry about it. So I'm gonna buy them straight away, because I haven't played this game in such a long time, and I was into like trains and everything, but now I'm more into planes and everything. I'm playing DCS more and everything, so that's taking more of my resources at the moment, and especially Flight Simulator in the beginning took a lot of resources, so that was I was focusing on BMDG and everything. I think I've got EFAS, like electronic flight mapping and everything, whose calculates your weight and your fuel and gives you your routes and everything and your waypoints. It costs some money, and I use it regularly. It's amazing. But now I've considered myself. I said to myself, I'm not gonna buy anything else anymore for Flight Simulator, because if Dovetail releases a new Flight Simulator in a few more months, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna buy that thing. I'm gonna check it out if it's good or anything. And if it's great, then I'll probably release DLC for it as well, with bigger planes and everything. And I think, because FSX is so old, there's a big audience for it. And I think a lot of people are just wanting to get a better Flight Simulator. So if the thing kicks off Dovetail, then you probably can connect to like VATSIM or IVAO network as well, and fly online as well. And if they have good planes, Dovetail thing, or even PMDG or Aerosoft or anything releases their planes for the new Dovetail game, then everything will be awesome. New graphics, better graphics, 64 bits, everything would just be amazing. I hope it. I really am. I hope I don't get disappointed by it, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. To the next Flight Simulator. I hope it doesn't disappoint. Okay, so I'm gonna back off because there's a 45 limit coming up. So I'm gonna lower this. .45. Almost was speeding, eh? I didn't notice. I thought it would correct itself. With the dials over there. Okay. So we're going uphill. I applied a little bit of power so to get us uphill. I'm gonna keep applying some power, but I think we're going straight actually, flat. It's not really going uphill anymore, but still it's somewhat losing some speed. Gonna keep it at this 17. We should arrive at 17 past the hour, past 7, and we are arriving estimated at 16:45. Still losing some power. Now we're good. We're good. I'm not gonna apply too much power because I think we're going somewhat downhill as well. It seems like we're picking up speed for something. I do have this set to 45, right? We're gonna put it a little bit more down actually. There we go. So it shouldn't go, yeah. Okay, it's now you can see like 2 orange lights coming up, so you're gonna get a warning on this thing. There we go. We said that we saw the warning and it's green again, so we can go. So it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna slow down so there's 2 yellows there as well. So we probably have to wait for this guy to leave the station or something like that. Maybe he was on a switch that we had to go through. I don't know. So now within 2 lights, the next light will be yellow and then the last one will be a red one. And if you can see the last one, the next one is this one. Oh man, almost didn't saw that speed change there. I'm gonna slow down because this is a 20 speed limit. We're gonna get a thing again. Yes, we see that we have to stop. And the reason that we have to stop is because this is the end of the line. And there is like a, how do you call it? I have no idea how you call it. Oh man, we're going downhill, so we're speeding. That was a pity. That's a pity. I wasn't paying attention. This is like a barrier where you can crash into if you can't stop the train. So this is going this way, hopefully. Yeah, it does. It's amazing. Okay. Yeah. So this is definitely the red light. So that's why I give all these warnings. It is warning you that you have to stop right there. You can't go any further. Just warning you extra warnings. It's pretty slow. This long platform, pretty slow to get into. I don't really like it that much. You can see red lights and these like barriers. I don't know what they're called exactly in English. Yeah, that's why we got these warnings and we arrived. Fine. We should arrive here at 17, but we are early. I don't think these people will mind that we're early. I think they will be very grateful that I'm just a few seconds earlier. But for those 10 seconds that we're gonna be early, maybe not even 10 seconds, maybe nothing at all. It doesn't really, people don't really care that much. I want to get as close as possible. That seems comfortable. That seems comfortable for me. There we go. This thing turns on. This always turns on when the people get out. But I have no idea what this does because you can't click anything and you can't see anything. This also goes up, and I should expect that you could see like the cameras of the doors, but you can't see anything. So yeah. Oh, this is nice. London, Victoria. Yeah, you can't go out, but you see, if you get up there, ooh, it's not that nice. But still, you can watch these buildings over there. Yeah, this is the end of this scenario. We just have to wait here until this loader gets till 7 hours and 18 minutes, because then I'll have unloaded or whatever. I don't think, see, this guy just jumped on the train, so maybe there's a return journey after this, but it's not for this case. So you've successfully completed the journey between Brighton and London. Well done. Thank you, sir. See what we got. And definite gold medal on that one. This is really something that's going wrong with here. I think it's just, this is normally the points, so it says at times blah blah blah, you got like 101 points. The reason was maybe time, that I arrived on time, and I think maybe this will be, you can see it someone, yeah, it's actually right. So EEDI, I think is this speeding. So I sped in the beginning, I lost 4 points, so he was -2 and he was -2, so I lost 4 points right there, or minus. And then here I did speeding as well, so the very last one. So yeah, that's probably what it is. I think I've never seen this before. I saw it in the previous video, but this doesn't happen to me before. There's no update for the game as well, so it's pretty updated, so I don't know what it's causing is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Train Simulator. We're gonna do some other journeys another time. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and a comment down below, and love you. See you, bye bye.